We navigate the chaos of our daily lives by splitting the world into neat, opposing categories. We separate day from night, wealth from poverty, and joy from grief, using these labels to build a structure we can easily understand. But forcing every complex human experience into a box labeled good or bad creates a severe limitation. It blinds us to the vast, messy reality that exists between those two extremes. So, what actually happens to our understanding of the world when those rigid definitions start to break down and bleed into one another? Reevaluating our most basic definitions serves as the necessary foundation for true understanding. In early 80s India, a wave of severe economic stagnation left an entire generation of educated youth unemployed and deeply frustrated. The 1981 Telugu film Aakali Rajyam captured that specific cultural exhaustion. Instead of lashing out with physical violence, the film's protagonist aims his anger at the intellectual structures of society itself, interrogating the very nature of existence. The film's defining musical sequence opens by directly addressing figures of immense moral authority. By invoking Mahatma and Maharshi, the lyrics challenge the leaders and philosophers who originally wrote the rules of right and wrong. Director K. Balachandar orchestrated this refusal of the status quo, elevating a story of youth rebellion into an intricate philosophical debate. The resulting anthem operates as an intellectual weapon, pointed directly at the architects who drew the dividing lines of our reality. The lyrics begin by attacking the physical world. They ask us to pinpoint the exact moment where darkness becomes light, or to define the precise boundaries separating life from death. The interrogation immediately moves from the physical to the moral. The song demands to know where virtue ends and sin begins, pulling abstract concepts of heaven and hell down into the stark, physical reality of extreme wealth disparity. The words are structured to offer zero comfort and zero resolution. The power of the sequence lies entirely in the act of asking the question, stripping away the viewer's intellectual safety net. This rapid-fire barrage forces us to realize that our absolute certainty in basic physical and moral divisions is built on fragile ground. From there, the lyrics turn their focus inward, targeting the ego with a deceptively simple question: what is mine and what is yours? By scrutinizing the concept of personal property, the song points to the primary cause of human conflict. Without a strict belief in ownership, the reason for division evaporates. The text applies the same dissolving effect to social and racial constructs, asking what is white and what is black, to expose the artificial nature of physical categorization. Once the boundary between mine and yours collapses, the broader societal hierarchies built on those differences have nothing left to stand on. The inquiry pushes past everything we can see or touch, moving into the purely metaphysical realm to ask if there is any real difference between an initial cause and its ultimate effect. This diagram illustrates an ancient Indian philosophical method called neti, which the lyrics directly reference. Neti translates to not this, and it operates by systematically identifying and rejecting false definitions. By applying this method, the song strips away layers of labels, ego, and binary thinking. It discards everything that is impermanent until only the core truth remains. This culminates in the ultimate conceptual clash of the lyrics, the tension between ekam, meaning the one, and anekam, meaning the many. Through this relentless elimination, the illusion of a divided, dualistic universe is shattered, leaving us with a blank slate. With the old reality dismantled, the song begins to construct a new, unified perspective from the remains. The lyrics weave things back together, stating that yesterday's dream is today's truth, and that today's sorrow is tomorrow's tune. This establishes that time and human emotion are not isolated, opposing states. They are connected points on a single, continuous spectrum of experience. When rigid societal rules fail, embracing this fluid continuum becomes the required mechanism for navigating a complex world. The song answers its own massive barrage of questions with one definitive conclusion: OK Kanti, OK Shanti. One light, one peace. This closing thought represents the arrival at Advaita, or non-dualism. It is the realization of a singular, unified consciousness. Letting go of the urge to classify every person and object, removing the labels of yours and mine, dissolves the walls between individuals. When the division between self and other is removed, collective understanding becomes the natural state. Systematically dismantling these societal boundaries clears the only remaining path toward a shared universal peace.